In a shocking twist to an already tense situation, Greta Thunberg, the world's most recognized climate activist, has found herself at the center of a major Middle Eastern controversy. The 22-year-old Swedish activist, known for her very feisty speeches against global leaders, was reportedly detained by Israeli forces after joining the Global Sumud Flotilla, a sea convoy carrying humanitarian aid straight to Gaza. Well, the flotilla, made up of hundreds of activists from around the globe, had set sail to deliver food, medicines, and relief supplies to Gaza amid the ongoing blockade. But as the ships neared the enclave, Israeli naval forces intercepted the convoy, leading to chaotic scenes at the sea. In fact, eyewitnesses claim that commandos stormed the boat, firing warning shots and dragging the passengers away. Now, Greta was one of those who were detained. And this is where things get darker. Multiple human rights groups and fellow activists also, they have accused Israeli forces of mistreating the detainees, including Greta. Reports claim that she was dragged by her hair, beaten up, and forced to pose with an Israeli flag. Actions activists say that were meant to humiliate her publicly and undermine her cause. Some even allege that she was used for propaganda photos, showing her wrapped in a flag while soldiers, they laughed in the background. In fact, inside the detention facility, the situation was reportedly grim. According to legal aid groups, detainees were kept without food, without water for hours, zip-tied and forced to kneel on concrete floors in that heat. Wait, there's more. Hygiene was non-existent and communication with the lawyers or families, it was nearly impossible. The Israeli government, though, has denied all the allegations of abuse, claiming that the flotilla was provoking military forces and violating security zones near Gaza. Officials insist that all detainees were treated according to international law. But activists, even journalists who witnessed the entire operation, tell a very different story, one of violence, intimidation, and political messaging. Now, for Greta Thunberg, this marks a dramatic escalation from climate protest to direct confrontation in a war zone area. In fact, she had been openly critical of Israel's action in Gaza, calling the humanitarian crisis unacceptable and urging the world leaders to end the blockade. Well, her participation in the flotilla was meant to draw global attention, but instead, it turned into a diplomatic and media firestorm. International outrage is now growing. European lawmakers have demanded an independent investigation, while right groups, they are calling on Israel to release all the detained activists immediately. In fact, social media, it is exploding with hashtag Free Greta, and protests have already erupted outside Israeli embassies in Berlin, London, and multiple places. So here's the question. Will this incident isolate Israel further on the global stage? Or will it be brushed aside as yet another clash in the long, painful conflict? Either way, Greta's message has once again gone global. But this time, it's not about climate, it is about justice, it is about power, and it is about the price of speaking truth in the world at war.